Hello Tarot Tribe, and welcome to day 3 of Learning Tarot Cards with me, Alexandria. And just to remind everybody, we're just doing one card a day. With this as I'm exploring the major arcana with you, and they're not going to be in order. So we've already touched on the first card we got together as a group, which was the Moon, and then we got yesterday's was the Fool. And so today I'm going to put those aside so we don't do the same ones. We are working with the Rider Tarot deck, which is, I'm just really, I've been reading, as I said, for like 25 years, I've been reading Oracle and other people's versions of this deck, which was, sort of a compilation of even earlier tarot decks. But it's very full of mysticism and symbolism and like deep hidden meanings that I think get lost. So I think it's, when other people are kind of trying to capture the essence but bringing their own personality to it, nothing wrong with that. But I think I just felt really drawn to really tap into the roots of tarot. So I guess that's what I'm calling this now too, so the roots of tarot. So I'm inviting you to pull a card along with me, or just if you have a deck of cards to pull it, or just, pull one out, and we're going to be going through each one individually. So just before I get started, just to let you know, so I had a little bit of technical difficulties yesterday uploading yesterday's video, so there will be 2 appearing on my channel today. I don't anticipate doing 2 a day. I will be sticking with the 1 a day, but in keeping with that commitment, I didn't want to skip over today. So you have an extra bonus one that I tried uploading it for about 12 hours, so I finally gave up and redid it, and it's fine now. So I have already set out my lovely stones to help us on this journey. So one for each direction, one for each suit of the cards. And I have already intended my candle and intended to, that it cleanse these beautiful cards. And so you want to grab a tea and let's begin. So I'm just going to go over that prayer. It's not one that I created, it's one I just Googled. So, and I will put on my, as we were saying, as we've been saying, it's nice if you can attach that ritual to your practice. So if you wanted to have the same robe or something to put over top to kind of, just to tell your humanness that this is important, this is what I'm doing now, so, get on board with me kind of thing. I'm going to just put this on. I think I'm just going to drape it sort of on the top this time. This is because I have a quartz at the base of my crown, so it's opening up my third eye chakra and supporting my crown chakra as well. And because this was my mother's deck, and this was my mother's little pearl up here, so so I'm incorporating her into this also just for me. So but I would love it if you guys want to share with me, like, what is your tarot journey? What is it that you're wanting to achieve? Are you curious, or are you just why tarot, why now for you? And also, if you have different suggestions for any of the card meetings, I'm going with my own interpretation, and then I'm also looking it up for you in the Tarot Bible, so you're not just getting just me, and also in the journal that I'm working with. So, with all that said, let's just take a moment, and I'd like us to begin with 3 deep breaths. So we're just going to breathe. Deep breath in and hold it. And blow it out. Deep breath in and hold it. And release. And one more deep breath in. And holding it a moment. And release it and drop down into your heart center. So you feel very connected, feet planted flat on the floor. And so the little prayer Spirit, please allow me to connect with your divine wisdom and knowledge. Please give me clear and direct messages and guide me according to your will. Show me what I need to know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Put this aside here. Okay, so as I just shuffle like for a minute, and then we'll do the shuffling, kind of a review for that too, which is kind of fun, getting to really know your cards, especially if you have a deck that you're working with and you've pulled just the major arcana, because that is what we are doing initially, and then I will continue on and show you how to, you know, connect the cards, to connect the meanings, to do readings, and we'll go through all of that. But right now, the mission is just to get to know them. So I'm going to pull down about half of these cards, and I'm going to flip it over so that they are not the same. One is upside down from the other. And then when I put them back together again, they will be right side up. And they are all beautifully right side up. And now I'm just going to shuffle these. And so typically you would have a question formulated, because it is really important when you're working with tarot, you're connecting with spirit, you want to connect and convey the question that you want to know. So as I mentioned before, we will dive more into that as we get there, but for right now I'm just wanting cards just for the purpose of learning each card. So I'm just going to just say which is the best card for us to learn today. And I'm just going to pull one. I'm just going to hold this lightly. I'm just going to make a little bit of space here. And just this method that I saw that I quite like, I'm just asking Spirit for one card draw, please. One card, please, Spirit. Oops, I must be holding a little hard. Okay, this method is also new, so it's learn along with me. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm loving seeing your comments and feeling like we're all in this together, learning and sharing and growing together. So certainly welcome your input. Oh, look what we got. Okay, Judgment card. So we'll wrap these back up in silk, where it's always good to keep your cards wrapped in silk when not using them. It protects the actual physical cards, but it also protects the energy, so that it is a spiritual tool, so you want to keep the energy pure. So that is that beautiful card, Judgment. So you can tell just from, like, in keeping with what we've been doing, I want to just kind of give you what I've learned about them so far, my intuition, because my goal is to read these intuitively. And so right away you see an angel, so that's always a good sign. Beautiful clear blue skies. So this card is kind of talking about representing the Judgment Day. So these people are all rising from their coffins and seeing the light, and he's trumpeting them. Now, which angel this is kind of in question. You know, the horn suggests Gabriel to me, but I've in my research I've come across identifying it a few different ways. But just to know that whenever an angel appears in your readings, and this is not an angel tarot where they're all going to be angels. So this is again the Rider-Waite deck. So there's an angel watching over you, and it's just bringing you all that good energy. So there's nothing to fear with this card. They even look like they're like it is you know, that they're all like in ecstasy and happy, and you know, so they're in happy anticipation of what's coming with that. So let's see what the Tarot Bible has to say about that Judgment card. And that is number 20. So tarot is fascinating because it does get into also the astrology and numerology. So there's always going to be a lot to learn. Where is the tarot? Well, there we go, Judgment. So card 20, it's associated with Pluto. So the key words here again is I'm working with the Tarot Bible deck. So the key words are liberation, judgment, inner calling, and transformation. So when this shows up, those you can right away start to think like, oh, there's going to be some transformation here. And if you associate those words with the card, you can see that they're being liberated. They're like hearing the calling. So bringing your intuition to it too. You don't always want to just jump right to the message. So accounting for past actions, so karma, reevaluation and revival, dropping old values and embracing new ones, accepting things the way they are, and there's no one to blame, not even yourself. So those are just some of the suggested key phrases from the Tarot Bible. So they say, I'm just reading directly from it here, the interpretation, there are two types of judgment. One where we judge others unkindly or unfairly by saying things like, you're no good, or I disapprove of your actions. The other kind, which does not condemn, but attempts to weigh up the matter to find out the truth. So when we draw judgment in a layout, it signifies that we must make choices and do so without blaming ourselves or others. That's always good. Self-blame is one of the harshest things for our spirit to deal with, and yet it's something that we all do so much of until you recognize how much you're hurting yourself, and then you can retrain your brain and get away from that. So this is just another one to this. There's no blame, it's just choices to be made. The Judgment card also implies that you can liberate yourself from old attitudes, whether it's toward a lover or partner, your family, or patterns of behavior that haven't been right for you. So you can shift old belief systems without blaming yourself for them. Just because they need to go doesn't mean they didn't serve you then. You have new insights into how to handle your relationships. It's fine to shrug your shoulders and think, what's the point? But this is your chance to start anew. Let go of the past and stop feeling guilty for your actions. Now this card, if you're doing a traditional layout, it might show up in a blockage position. If it does, the interpretation is that you are likely to feel guilty in some way for something, or you might feel judged by others. Perhaps it's timely to think about whether you were in the wrong or whether you were taking too much responsibility for someone else's happiness. Now as a future card, so if you were doing past, present, future, and it was in this position, the guidance is you will have to make decisions by facing up to the facts rather than avoiding them. With judgment, you can at last get off the fence, make choices, and wake up to new possibilities. There's a feeling of weight being taken off your shoulders and the ability to forgive yourself or someone else for mistakes. So that's what that card means according to the Tarot Bible. And I'll just get one more source for you, which is from my Tarot journal. And it says, it's very short and sweet here. You put off deciding, the time's up. Face the truth. Slam the door on guilt, grudges, bad habits, and abuse. Now comes emotional, physical, and spiritual healing. So when you let go of the blame, when you let go of all the excuses, when you stop seeing yourself as a victim, then you can move forward. What action will you take? You know what to do. Don't delay. Forgive and forget. So just as I'm also, in addition to doing this, I've been a life coach for many years. And to me, for this card also represents when you're blaming somebody else for a situation, and you're kind of putting your finger at them, you're blaming them, you have to recognize you're also holding yourself in a place of being a victim whenever you do that. So that's a very weak position to be coming from. So anytime if you're coming, even if you're looking at like a past relationship that didn't work or came to its natural conclusion, again, we're not blaming anybody, but you can't you have to take full responsibility for your life in order to work with the energy of the universe and to be able to receive. So if you're blocking off, if you're holding yourself in that victim mentality, you're mad at somebody else in this and you're blaming them, then you're feeling that anger. So really just forgiving people, because I always just come back to that, you know, these people that maybe gave us the most trouble in this life, we also had a soul agreement with them. We had a soul contract with them that maybe we needed that to help wake ourselves up, or there was something else in that relationship that was for us. So I always just come back to life is happening for you and not to you. It's for you. Everything is happening for you, for your advancement, for your spiritual growth and advancement. So with that in mind, that just when I see judgment, it's just really be very aware. Anytime this comes up, generally you would have more than one card to base it by, but just think about where are you bringing judgment to yourself and how can you let that go and just accept and trust and have faith in the universe and have faith in just that everything is always working out for you, because it always is. So that's the card today. And I invite you to explore yours with a handy little journal like this. There's many of them out there. I liked this one because I like the colors and I like the gilt edges. But there's lots of room to write your interpretations of the cards in there. Oh, you can see that. You can always hone in on it. And just for a little bit of extra fun, you may want to grab yourself a little sticker book from Amazon. And this, I'm still amazed it came in like a day and a half. And they're just cute little images so that anytime you're doing a spread, you don't have to like take a picture of it and then keep that in a separate folder. You can put it right in your book with these little stickers. So it's just another fun way to explore and so journal that card. Share with me below what that means to you if you have a different interpretation of that. And yeah, let's all learn together. So thank you again for joining me. I so appreciate you being here. I'm going to keep this one a little bit shorter because you did get two today. So, but I will be shooting just for that one. So have a beautiful day. Namaste, and we will talk again very soon. Big love and bye for now.